Ali, Chief Operating Officer with the International Development and Relief Foundation. Nabil, thank you for being here. I understand your organization's water truck was bombed last week in the northern part of Gaza while on delivery. Were any aid workers injured?
So, no aid workers were injured, and it didn't happen while it was on delivery. It actually happened when our truck was parked, and our team came back to it and to see that our truck was actually damaged. So, what we're trying to do as an organization is actually understand exactly what happened here. We provide aid all across the Gaza Strip, and our truck is essential to us to ensure that families get the clean drinking water that they need. So, we've been trying to really understand exactly what happened, how this could have happened, and why, Canadian agencies and, global international organizations continue to deal with challenges when trying to provide humanitarian aid.
I'm certainly glad that your team is okay, but what does this mean for your operation and the people who rely on your supplies?
So essentially, our work continues, right? And I think what this does is it just continues to make our operation extremely risky, right? You just reported that, over 20 people have been killed in Rafah. Our team has a huge operation in Rafah where we do distributions of 100,000 clean drinking water liters every single day. And there's over 30,000 people that get supported through that, right? So when things happen in places like Rafah and Khan Yunis, where we do distributions of hot meals and food parcels, and all the way to areas of northern Gaza and Tafah, it makes it extremely difficult, right? There's a lack of coordination, and then it puts our team at risk. So we're extremely worried, but our team is resilient. We're continuing to provide as much aid as we possibly can. But given the times, it's extremely challenging and very difficult for the team on the ground.
You've notified Global Affairs Canada. Have you heard anything back?
Thankfully, we have. Global Affairs Canada has been in conversations with ourselves extensively over the last few days, and over the last night, we've been having discussions around this. They're investigating it from their side, and they've reached out to their counterparts to really understand exactly how this incident could have happened. And we're also complying and trying to provide as much information as possible. And we're also trying to do so in a safe way so that, our staff and our teams remain safe, right? Because we want to continue our operations. We want to ensure that the millions of people in need across the Gaza Strip who are dependent on aid through organizations like IDRF get access to that. And I think overall, as a sector, what IDRF is advocating for is to have unimpeded humanitarian access and to ensure that there is a permanent ceasefire here so we can really try to support the most vulnerable.
What are you hearing from your colleagues on the ground in Gaza now?
They're worried. They're very scared. I mean, if they weren't scared before, they're completely horrified. They've lost family members. They've lost, colleagues and staff, history of organizations' impact. Like, there've been schools that have been established and hospitals and large scale investments that all of us have made that's completely wiped, right? And so the question is like, where's the starting ground? What do we do? And also, how do they stay safe, right? How do they ensure that, as they try to reach out to that young boy or girl that's stuck in places like Khan Yunis or even now in Rafah with, a small food parcel or just a bucket of clean drinking water, that they're not targeted, they're not bombed, and that they can actually do so in a safe way, right? So they're extremely worried, they're concerned, but, we're standing in solidarity with them to ensure that, we maximize our impact from here, but also try to do the little that we can to try to, prevent further lives from being lost.
We'll have to leave it there. That is our time. Nabil Ali, Chief Operation Officer with the International Development and Relief Foundation. Thank you very much for your time today, Nabil.
Thanks for having me.